Welcome to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday afternoon. Yes, folks, we're back again. We did OU practice report recap. Now we're going to talk about OSU beat down by the Oregon Ducks. Yes, folks, the beat down by the Ducks. We're going to have my man Robert Jones come on and talk about it, man. And when we get done talking a little bit of OSU football, we get to talk about them Dell City. Folks, you see that helmet in the back? Yes, we're going to talk about them Dell City Eagles. Yes, Coach Jones took a beat down in week 1, but hey, that's what Coach like. He'll come back and he'll recap and he'll get them going. So we'll talk about them Dell City Eagles also. But like I said, we're going to bring Coach Jones on. We're going to talk about them OSU Cowboys. What's up, Coach Jones?
What's going on, Tony? Thank you for having me, man.
Huh?
I said thank you for having me, man.
Hey, man, it's like old times. We ain't nothing changed but the weather. That's it, Coach. Ain't that changed but the weather. I see you representing that Dell City back there. We got the Dell City helmet in the back because we're going to get to talk a little Dell City football here in a few minutes. But we're going to talk about them OSU Cowboys real quick. Not the Dallas Cowboys. I know we both Cowboy fans. We're going to talk about them OSU Cowboys real quick. What's going on, Coach, up there? What's going on?
Man, it's very disturbing because you have a legend in Coach Gundy.
Yes, sir.
And I'm very careful. Even when I was on the sports animal, I'm very careful on my words when I'm talking about him because he's gotten that program to where we're even having this conversation. It was at one point in time that this is what everybody expected from OSU.
Yes, sir.
They were just a doormat, and the Bob Simmons days, and when I got up there and I played up there, Les Miles turned it around, had it go in the right direction, but Gundy took them to great heights. But in this past year, just from last year when they lost to Colorado and the way they finished the year losing nine games in a row, Oregon was a big game. Now, we all didn't expect for them to beat Oregon, obviously, but we didn't expect for them to look like that. They looked like they didn't know what was going on. They couldn't get lined up defensively. They brought in a great defensive coordinator that's been a defensive coordinator in the SEC who has coached in the NFL. Guys looked confused defensively. They just couldn't get lined up. It was very confusing to me. And then, when kids can't get lined up and they're confused, they start to lose trust in coaches. Then that turns into effort plays. And I feel like that's what we were seeing defensively. Then offensively, everybody was so hard on Dunn because they wanted to see more creativity and they wanted to see the Oklahoma State of the past where you do more spread stuff and more explosive plays from the outside and, that opened up things for the running back. But I feel like Meacham was kind of doing things similar to what Dunn was doing. I didn't see a lot of creativity, and I just didn't see the Oklahoma State ball that Gundy has created to bring them to the heights they are now. So it's a very confusing moment for Oklahoma State. But out of respect for Gundy, I'm going to give him time to see if he can fix it. He even admitted in his press conference yesterday after the game, that he pushed that on them. He said that the game plan was too difficult. He said he felt like he put too much on him. And I was like, that was confusing to me because when I'm looking at the game, it seemed like it was too simple. But maybe he felt like they were putting too much on him. He told the fan base and the alumni, hey, be patient with us, give us some time. So I'm hoping that they can, this is a bye week for them. I'm hoping that they can kind of rally the troops, keep those kids bought in, and then they got a game against Tulsa to kind of get it rolling. And Oregon is a national championship caliber team, so they do have great talent. So when they get into the Big 12, I'm hoping that the talent level kind of decreases so they be able to, have a better outlook on things when you get into the Big 12 play.
Yeah, Coach, man, it looks like right now, man, they don't have an identity of who they are. They don't have a running back. I know our man got to play a little bit fields, yesterday, but it seemed like, when they're kind of shuffling these guys in and out. And when you're shuffling, running back, you got to get the groove, Coach. You got to get the touches.
Absolutely.
It just can't be, hey, I get 2 good runs and you take me out. And it's like the quarterback. I know the quarterback went down, and right now, and I'm gonna say this, man. I like Gundy. I play with his brother Kel at Midway City. But these guys been around, and sometimes you get comfortable. And when you get comfortable, Coach, you kind of like, man. And so sometimes you got to make a change. And, man, I'm not saying, hey, get rid of the Gundy, but I'm saying, man, think about it. You didn't have a good year this year. You went to start talking noise to the Oregon people, knowing they got money. You ain't got that boom picking money no more.
Yeah.
You ain't got those guys that you can bring in that you used to could bring in. So I don't know what's wrong with the Cowboys because right now you're a guy that played quarterback at Oklahoma State. You hear me? He played quarterback there, and you ain't got a quarterback on campus? Come on, man. We got to talk about that. The offense, man, he's an offensive mind guy. Man, it was bad. I'm not an Oklahoma State fan, but I feel sorry for Oklahoma State fans because, man, what are you putting up? You got
Yeah.
some of the top recruits, and you can't score. And don't get me wrong, Oregon got a lot of money, so they gonna get a lot of guys. And you started seeing this coach. You saw Florida get beat yesterday by South Florida. That just tell
Yeah.
you NIL money and these kids jumping school to school. And coach, I tell you right now, I'm a big OU fan. I can tell you who's OU starting lineup because it changed
Yeah.
so much. Because year to year, these kids are transferring out. And they got to do something about that, coach. And I know it's good. It's good to pay these kids, and everybody wanted that. But man, it's gotten to a point now. It ain't football no more. It's kind
No,
of like
no,
a shuffling shuffle.
no, it's not. And going back to what you said about the running back, the substituting, Rodney called me after the game. I spoke to Rodney before he got on the flight. And I was thinking to myself, I said, how can you get in a groove when you're playing four running backs?
Yes, you
And
can.
I saw OU do that last year. And it's no way possible that you can get in a groove as a running
No,
back
you
when
can't.
you got four different guys. They need to just pick two guys that they believe in and they need to roll with them. And you got to believe in them. You have to let them make mistakes and you got to let them play through it. I saw that with OU because I don't think Xavier Robinson got on the field,
No, he didn't touch the
but
field at all,
but he
coach.
finished the year as the best running back for that team. So they need to put trust in whoever the running back is, and they gotta trust them.
Well, you
And
got to
then
get a groove, man. You got to get
yeah,
some kind of groove because you get hot. It's kind of like it's like somebody hitting 5 threes, then the coach checks him out the game. Come
yeah.
on, man. Come
I think
on.
they're. This is what I think is happening in a situation like that. I think they're paying guys, and they want guys to be happy, and they feel like, hey, we paid this guy this money, so we got to get him his reps. They need to get back to putting the best player on the field.
Yes, sir.
As far as the quarterback, to be honest, I was very disappointed in the young man that was out there yesterday. I've heard about him for so long, so I'm thinking he's coming out, and I'm thinking he's going to be a Mason Rudolph type player. Brendan Wheaton type player because I've heard about him for like three years. He was a Nebraska Gatorade Player of the Year. They talked about him. They let a couple gentlemen go in the portal that
Yes.
were quarterbacks that I feel like were better than him. When I saw him on the field yesterday, I was like, y'all let him go, those quarterbacks go, and they were better than him. So I felt like I don't know who's evaluating the quarterbacks or what they're seeing, but he just seemed like he was not ready for. He just didn't seem like a powerful quarterback yesterday. His release was a little bit
Yeah, he
slow.
threw. Didn't he throw back to back picks?
Yeah, back to back two pick sixes. So I was just in
Come
my mind,
on,
I was
man.
like, hey man, this is not good. But I'm going to give Gundy enough respect to give him another week with Tulsa. See how they come out with Tulsa and see how they get into the Big 12. I really felt like they were overwhelmed in Oregon. And I think a lot of Big 12 fans have gotten, I'm not Big 12, but Oklahoma State fans have gotten spoiled by what Gundy created in the 2010s, early
That,
2000s, because Boone Pickens got him
that
ahead of the
money.
game. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Boone Pickens got him ahead of the game. So Boone Pickens was giving him money and getting their facilities in a position before the NIL and all those things were happening. So he was getting certain players, he was getting ahead of the game. I think now everybody has caught up, and
Yes,
now
sir.
you're having to coach. Now you're starting to see the coaching and a little bit think more the development and where you're at. So I think now that the playing field's even in the Big 12. So Oklahoma State was ahead of at one time they were ahead of OU and Texas facility wise because Boone Pickens gave him that money. But now with the NIL and getting more players, now the playing field's even. So I think we're starting to see the production of a 5-year period of Gundy hadn't really bought into the NIL as well. So um, I'm never going to say Gundy needs to be fired, but if we continue to look like that all year, they have to start to really consider that there needs to be changes
You know,
because it's almost too far gone now.
no, you really don't ever want to see nobody get fired. You got the guy that was at Oklahoma State. Now he's at OU, and he's playing lights out, man. It's like it's a
Oh
whole
man,
man.
dang.
It's like it's a whole reborn guy. I mean, he had a hit last night. That's probably, I mean, on Sports Center, everybody's probably still talking about it. And it's funny because he didn't get to play like that at Oklahoma State, and now he's playing the cheetah spot, and he's going around just hitting people and taking care of business. And so the
Yeah.
first year at Oklahoma State, he was like that. Then they changed him. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, at this point, Oklahoma State's not going to get the top players in the state or the nation because nobody wants to go to somewhere, especially if you're not one giving them the money. Two,
Yeah.
I mean, you got one of the best players in was a Gatorade player, Ladainian Thomas. I don't know if he got to touch the field yesterday at all.
No, he didn't.
You
And
know,
that's the evaluation stage that they need to start looking at. Is Ladainian was one of the best players in Oklahoma.
yes, sir. If he
Uh,
can't touch the field, then you got the young man that came from UCO. That was at Chata. I mean, did he
yeah.
do anything yesterday?
No, he didn't. And
So. I'm just saying, man. I mean, we just sometimes. I mean, like I said, Ladainian, he's a guy that can go both ways. I mean, put him somewhere. Put a package in for him. If it's
Yes,
nickel, I mean, let's see what he can do. I mean, he's a guy that can go down and catch the ball and take it to the house. You know, I'm not rooting
absolutely.
for him because he's a Dell City kid, but I'm saying some of these guys you got out there is not taking care of business. So now we got to start making some changes.
And I feel like that's what hurt them last year. I feel like they stayed with their regimen too long.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like they were too loyal too long. At some point in time,
You got
and
to change it.
yeah, coach, you've been a coach before, Tony.
Yes, sir.
When I'm getting my butt whooped, hey, I'm putting somebody else in there. I'm figuring some things out. I'm not going to just keep laying down. I'm gonna have to put some kids in here and let's see what they can do. So I hope this is a wake up call for Gundy and his staff. But at some point in time, you can't keep blaming the staff because now this is a new staff. Last year, they got their teeth kicked in and lost 9 Big 12 games in a row. Now you hired a whole new staff, and all I heard all year is how better the defense was going to be. We're going to be more creative offensively. We
Yes,
have
sir.
two quarterbacks now. The quarterback did get hurt, but the guy that is the starting quarterback now, everybody thought he was going to be the starter up until like a day before the season started.
Yeah.
So this was supposed to be the starter all spring, all summer. So now I'm a head coach myself. At some point in time, it has to start getting pointed to the head coach when the team comes out and looks like that, because that wasn't a Power 14 out there. Oregon shouldn't be beating a Big 12 Power 14 in that fashion because it
No,
was worse than 69-3. So I'm hoping that Gundy can rally the troops. He has done that in the past. Um, and I'm out of respect for what he's done the last 21 years. I'm going to give him a couple weeks to see if it looks different. But if we get to game 4, game 5, and it's continue to look like this, I think everybody know the writing's on the wall. And unfortunately, it's sad because a guy that has really brought Oklahoma State to heights that they've never been. I really hate that it has to end this way. I hope that he can turn it around just for, even him being a Middle kid and playing at Midwest City and what he did at Midwest City. I hope he can turn around to where they're at least presentable. I don't
yes,
want
sir.
them to be a team that's getting beat by 70 points, because he's done too good of a job at that school for it to end that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Robert, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming on and talking OSU practice report. But the big thing about it, man, we get to switch from Oklahoma State and talk about Dell City here in a few seconds. We're going to take a quick break and we'll switch over to talk Dell City High School football. I know you're excited about that because that's your love and joy. I know
Yes,
you
sir.
guys are looking to do big things again this year. So we're going to take a quick break after one of our sponsors, and then we'll talk Dell City football. Okay, we'll be right
Yes,
back.
sir.